me at the Razor Garage. Now today we're going to talk a little bit about GPS. And because, in today's world of technology, it's even hard to get out into the woods and to get away from technology. And just to get away from technology. If you're riding someplace you've never been before, or you're with people that you don't know, and it gets tough sometimes when you don't know where you're at. So it's nice to have a little bit of GPS. Now there's a couple of real nice solutions. The Lawrence GPS that's available from Polaris and all that. Those are pretty nice, but that's pretty expensive. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a more affordable, more reasonable way that you can put GPS in your Razor, and you can go out and ride and not be afraid of getting lost, not knowing how to get back to the truck. And probably the most affordable and easiest thing that you're going to find for a GPS, a simple solution, would be something that most of you probably already have. A smartphone. Now this is my old iPhone 4, and I've been using this all summer. Now, you don't have to have it on your cellular plan, because GPS works off of satellites, as we know. This one is not cellular anymore. This is just, it's a dead phone. I can't make any calls or none of that, but it works great for GPS. The locator is very, very good. And what I've done here for a very simple solution, I've taken my OtterBox clip, my belt clip, and I'll just walk in, and I've attached some GoPro mounts onto my belt clip. I just drilled a hole. I don't know if you can see that. I drilled a hole through the belt clip, and I have this quarter 20 tripod adapter for the GoPro mounts, and I just run it in there, and I put a nut on the back, and it's kind of hard to see in there. I put a nut on there and I tightened it down, and that's a real unaffordable, I like that, we'll just run with that. That's a real unaffordable solution for taking your smartphone as a GPS. Now, and then you just clip it, snap it in there. I've never had it fall out yet. Now you can I have a GoPro mount right here in front of the steering wheel, which I usually have my camera in. But you can put, I have this all locked down and everything. Let's loosen it up. And you can clip it in there, and you can aim that however you need to so you can see it. As you can see, all the tracks that I've made, well, you can pretty much only see, it looks like one track, and you can zoom in and move all around. Now as you're tracking, you'll be a little triangle, and it makes a track behind you as you go. Now you can set, when you start, these are your home positions. That's where we started at, if you know how a GPS tracker works. But if you don't know how a GPS tracker works, that's why I'm explaining it. So you got your home positions, and you start recording your track, and it makes a red line behind you as you go, and you end up, I'll zoom out so you can see. Now that's pretty small in there, but that's about a 35-mile ride, all of that. And yeah, it's all tracked, because this was from a place here in my home state of Pennsylvania called Tri-County Recreation and Rescue. It's a new club that we joined, and we really didn't know where we was going, so it was nice to have this all summer out there so I could learn the trails and everything and get back to the truck. That's one solution. You can mount it on a GoPro and you can put it right on your dashboard, or you can just take this, slip it out, or if you don't have GoPro mounts, well, just take the phone out of the Otter belt clip. And there's lots of room here in this glove box. You can just set it right in there. But what I typically do, since like I said I have my camera in there, I have my power plug in there, because it your smartphone will use a lot of power leaving the screen on, and especially while tracking and all that. And I just stick this whole thing in there, and that belt clip holds it in there, and you just plug it into your power outlet so you're on all the time. And that is probably the easiest and simplest solution to GPSing while you're out riding, so you don't get lost. Now, since I got the camera where it is, we'll go to the next solution. Is you can take your iPad. Now, I got this iPad mini specifically for this, because that's a pretty small screen. Now, what I've done up here is, once again, I have my OtterBox Defender case, and I took the snap-on case cover part, and I can't move this because it's very tight, so it doesn't bounce around while riding. But I have it mounted on a ram mount up here, and I screwed this to a piece of plywood. In the middle of the plywood I put a 1/4 inch T-nut, because the ram mount has a 1/4 screw bolt on the end of it. And now here is the ram mount with the plywood screwed to the OtterBox case. Then you just angle it how you like to up on your roll bar so you can see it. I like that downward angle like that because you don't get reflection or glare off of it. And you just, and we can zoom in, go full screen, so you have a nice big screen so you can see exactly where you're at. And once again, it's the same. There's our starting point with the little green dot, and then you're mapping and you're tracking and you're not getting lost. Now this Motion X, I'm offline right now because I'm out here in the garage, and I don't have a cellular plan on this. But if you're going to use a tablet, now, I don't know how Android tablets work. I don't have one. I have iPads and iDevices. So if you're going to use an iPad or an iPad mini, you have to make sure that you have one that is not Wi-Fi only. You have to have one that you could add to your cellular plan. You have to have the 4G LTE model of iPad device so that you can use the GPS, because the Wi-Fi only models do not have an actual GPS tracker in them. They just use Wi-Fi signal to calibrate your location. So you have to have the 4G LTE model that actually has a GPS chip in it. And there we have a few simple solutions with stuff that you probably already have. So you know, there's no expense of going out and finding anything or ordering anything, because like I said, there's a good chance that you probably already have a smartphone of some type or an iPad. And it's very simple solutions to not getting lost when you're on your next adventure someplace that you've never been before. Now, once again, this is Travis, and this has been Razor Garage GPS Edition.
And I'm out.